How many girls tried out and how many got in?
I tried out, 102 girls tried out, and 2 of us got in. And that was in 1958, it was the girls, but I'm not sure about the boys. But I had the honor of wearing your bunad that came from Norway, and yours was the only one. And I thank you for giving it to the school.
And I thank you for keeping it nice because I have it back.
Yes, and had you not given it to the school, I wouldn't have had the pleasure of wearing it.
Oh,
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And it's in good shape, and where you messed up on the beads a little bit, I fixed it.
So what years did you 2 dance?
Well, she danced after I did.
Yes.
I danced from 56, 57, and 58.
And I danced 58, 59, and 59, 60. So it was an opportunity.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun, and I just can't tell you what a thrill it was to be a Norwegian dancer. I mean that. Yes.
It was fun, and we thought we were, something special. But compared to how they started out with just a couple dances, Jean used to go back to Norway all the time and get more dance steps.
That's right.
And she'd bring them back and get us to do them, and it was a lot of fun. But it was different in those days.
Right. I'm thankful that we had her because she disciplined,
Oh yeah.
which is good.
Oh yeah. The discipline was great. You didn't dare cross her at all. But you know what? It was okay for girls because we could handle it, but the guys had a hard time.
They did.
Yeah.
They really did.
And when our second son was in for 3 years also in the 80s, and he bucked her all the time. He respected her and went along with all her discipline, but you put 50 cents in the jar if you were 1 minute late for practice in the morning. And he always managed to be 1 minute late. So he put a lot of money in, and he took his vitamin C like she said all the time and did everything, but he was a handful. But he says now that he has a family of his own and they're starting to get married, he says, that was the best thing I ever did because her discipline.
We were so fortunate to have her.
We learned a lot of things, he said, besides dancing, and we did too, but on a smaller scale.
Right. We could, if we were late, we had to pay a quarter, and if you were late 3 times, you were kicked out.
Oh my gosh. See, she went up to 50 cents. She didn't charge any of us.
Oh, if we were late,
because we were never late, we were scared to death of her.
I never paid a penny. I was never late.
What was the biggest performance that both of you remember doing in your times as dancers? Did you go to the state capitol or?
No, we didn't do any of that. We did a lot less performances. We didn't do schools. We did Cherry Vale.
We did high school assembly programs.
Well, we did some at home, but parents used to drive, and sometimes we'd go in the school bus. So there weren't a lot of trips out. We went to Cherry Vale in Rockford, and we also every year went to the Milwaukee Folk Fair.
The folk fair.
And that was marvelous because there were a lot of different ethnic groups there, and it was a lot of fun. And we could get away with a couple things, just all in fun. And once she took us to Chicago, and we got on Polka Time on network TV.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun. And nobody had.
What year was that? 656 the city started?
It was in. Let me see. I'm trying to remember who the seniors were. I think I was a sophomore, so that would have been 55. It would have been 55. No, I was a sophomore. It was 56.
That was fun. We always danced at Milwaukee at that folk fair. But the biggest thing that I danced at, we flew out to Washington, D.C., and we danced at the National Folk Fair.
Oh my gosh.
And it was absolutely fantastic. It really was.
See that?
In fact,
thank you.
Our congressman back then was Kastenmeier, And I had the opportunity of teaching him a dance.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
There are pictures in the library.
See, that must have been the start of the tours, the spring tours, because we didn't go to any spring tours. Our trip to Chicago and Milwaukee was it.